billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah, from the teaching of awliyaullah and the reality of light and guidance, the reminder for myself that at any time on this earth there are 7,007 Naqshbandiya awliya under the secret of Mawlana Shah Naqshband Qaddasallahu Siru Fardul Alam Shahikul. And that 7,007 that when you write alif, lam, hay, and then you put the 7007, that Mawlana Shah Naqshband dressing them from that secret, blessing them from that secret and giving them from secrets of hidayat. From that alif it moves through those two noqs, means that they wanted nothing from the heavens, they wanted nothing from dunya, and the hay of hidayat that Allah dresses the 7 holy openings of their face, dressed by Allah's 7 Divinely essences. They hear with what Allah wants them to hear, they see with what Allah wants them to see, they breathe from nafas ar-rahmah, and Allah open upon their tongue and they inherit from lisan al-haq. Lisan al-haq is Sayyidina Muhammad and lisan as-Siddiq al-Aliyah. That is the holy hadith that approach me with voluntary worship, I become the hearing of my servant, I become the seeing of my servant, I become the breath in which that servant breathes, I become the tongue in which that servant speaks, I become the hands in which that servant touches, I become the feet in which that servant moves. So much so they become Rabbaniyun, what they want is kun fayakun. Whatever comes into their heart of their need, Allah makes it to begin to manifest within dunya. Means that the pursuit of knowledge is supreme. Divinely knowledges, not earthly knowledges, not accounting, not dunya knowledges. These knowledges of dunya we use them for our sustenance, but the divine knowledges of akhirah dress the soul and its realities. Whom Allah grants wisdom has granted him a tremendous bounty. Means that the pursuit of knowledge is supreme. That Nabi Musa Kalimullah speaks to Allah and all he wanted was knowledge. His pursuit was, Ya Rabbi, let me to learn from one of those servants whom you taught from your Divinely presence. And Nabi Musa came across one of those servants. Means that every time there must be 124,000, specifically there must be 7,007 Naqshbandiya awliya on this earth at all times. And Sayyidina Khidr is in the silsila of Naqshbandiya to show that they are inheriting from that secret of Holy Qur'an from Sayyidina Khidr. Whatever Sayyidina Khidr was taught of these realities is given as an inheritance to the awliya in front of them. And whatever new realities are coming from Prophet first come to the living awliya on earth. That awliyaullah in their teaching took those souls into the presence of Prophet and taught them that everything you do for Allah is not for a paradise reality. So means even paradise was like a dunya for them. That don't do anything for that paradise reality, don't ask for any station and maqam, but do what you do for wajhikal kareem, for the holy face of Allah, the holy face of Prophet. It's called the face of Allah, Allah has no face. It's an expression of realities that Allah dressed the soul from Divinely essences. And what awliyaullah want from us is that from the ocean of fana they begin to annihilate that servant, and from annihilation they resurrect them in Divinely Presence, means they learned how to be off in Allah's Divinely Presence, and Allah ignite them to be on in the Divinely Presence. Means our life is to be dressed by these realities.
Have you started planning for the cost of post-secondary education? We will help you open a plan and access thousands of dollars in government grants. Give your child a head start with a CET plan. Did you know that it may be possible to start an RESP and not contribute any of your own money? Call today and receive 25 air miles reward miles when you book a consultation.
Knowledge, quality, integrity. STAR cares about your best interests and have a wealth of experience to match. We've been in the business 30 years and are here to lead you every step of the way. Whether it's building the custom home of your dreams, doing gorgeous home renovations, building a laneway home, or revamping your commercial space. The STAR process works. Just ask our hundreds of satisfied customers.
We have several properties, and the best thing about Star for Life Services is that the work is done in a very timely manner, and we're always very pleased with the result.
STAR, let's make your dreams happen. Call us now to book your free consultation.
Live a life of seeking out realities, seeking out these Divinely knowledges.
Our journey continues.
These 7 holy openings of the face, they're taking from the 7 lataifs of the heart. Means those 7 openings of the qalb can only come by the discipline of the 7 openings upon the holy head. So then safeguarding the ears, that these ears don't hear bad. As much as these ears hear bad, hear gossip, hear bad words and bad sounds, it brings an energy to the heart that collapses the heart. That's why our way is based on samina wa atana. That the Sahabi, they heard from Prophet and they obeyed. Means there was a direct correlation between the hearing and the opening of the heart. They're linked. So then they begin to discipline and train us that when you take a path of the turuqs, try your best to listen. Block out the waswas of your brain, the suggestions of your brain, and open the reality of you heard and you obeyed, which will directly open the qalb and influence the openings of the heart. So then they begin to train ihtibah. That's why the trainings of the tariqs are in such. People come and they say, there's so many rules here, this guy doesn't let you do anything. Because it's all based on training of the ears. It's not the jungle, it's not the association of the barnyard. This is how to reach heavens and paradises where everything is under taslim and submission. Means then to hear and to obey. hearing and obedience opens the qalb and begins to open the levels of the heart. Then they begin to train, nazar bar qadam, keep your eyes upon your feet means control your eyes, control what your eyes are looking at, control what your eyes are hungry for, because this hunger will never stop unless you take a path in which your eyes are constantly looking down, so much so that they're always shut, that you take away of tafakkur and contemplation. If we don't take away of tafakkur and contemplation, means that we don't spend a time in which we shut the eyes and begin to ask for spiritual vision. That, my Lord, these eyes they're hungry, as much as they see they won't, as much as they see they won't. If they begin to overtake me in wanting, again my heart will close. There's a direct correlation between how to control the eyes and the opening of the heart. Means if we don't take away in which we're constantly looking down, not being interested in anything, trying to keep ourself and our way to ourself, busy with myself not with others, and then at night taking away of contemplation in which I'm able to close my eyes and feel comfortable with myself. Many people, their actions are not correct and they don't like to close their eyes. Many even have night dreams and horrors at night. Means all of that can be resolved with tafakkur and contemplation. By making contemplation we can feel and see and sense our difficulties and our shortcomings. So then all their schools are based on teaching people how to make tafakkur, again directly opening the lataifs of the heart. With it then they begin to train on the senses of your breath, that your way is built on the sanctity of your breath. And that's why they can quickly see when somebody says, oh this person is pious, but they're smoking. The way is based on the breath, impossible. That smoke is killing their heart, killing their lungs. Because the whole reality is based on the breath. You are taking a divine gift, 24,000 gifts within every day. Allah gives a force of life in which you inhale that breath, rejuvenate your entire being. If Allah doesn't give that breath, there is no life. So then with that life how could you destroy it or contaminate it or put horrible sustenances into the breath? So it means they begin to teach and tarbiyah, watch your breath, contemplate your breath, be thankful of every breath that coming in. That's why Ahlul Zikr they're constantly in a zikrullah with the understanding that, Ya Rabbi, this breath, this energy should be in praising your Divinely Presence and in the love of Sayyidina Muhammad and all the Prophets of the Divine.
Many people come and see me saying how difficult it is to get into the market and buy your first home today. At Shah of Kukutlam, we have a range of solutions that helps you find the perfect home that fits your needs. For over a decade, we have helped hundreds of clients, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors, achieve their goals. We also provide free seminars and workshops, so when the time comes, you can make an educated decision to set you and your family up for life. Whatever your needs are, whatever your goals are, come and see me. My name is Shah and I can help you find the perfect home.
Hi, did you know that your child may be eligible to receive up to $10,000 in government grants to pay for his or her post-secondary education? My name is Sikandar Hayat. I am here to help you. Call today for a free consultation.
you safeguarded your hearing, your eyes, your breath.
You ready?
With all of that, now safeguard your tongue and your mouth. What comes into this mouth going to affect the entire being. If you put of what Allah's sustenance and you prey upon what Allah has given to you of eat and drink, and you eat that which is clean and that which is pure, it's an energy for this physicality to reach its spiritual goals. When that is being purified, that being cleansed, then Allah opens from the two openings of your seeing, from the two openings of the breath, begins to produce the opening of the holy tongue, in which your ears are submitting, because this is the inheritance of the Prophets. What set the Prophets from normal human beings is their entire faculty of their head represented Allah. They heard for the Divine, min samina wa ata'na. They saw not from the material world, they saw from the spiritual world. That and whom hears the best speaks for Allah first, and the best of hearers in Divinely Presence, Yasin, means has yaqeen sami. He has the perfection of hearing the Divinely Presence. As a result of hearing Allah, he speaks for Allah. So it means the inheritance of that holy face is what they're asking to dress us with. Ya Rabbi, grant us from these holy ears that we have yaqeen sami, perfection of hearing, not the hearing waswas and backbiting of dunya, but hearing of my inner realities, that what is my conscious want, because we have our soul always in Divinely Presence. Allah gave us only a small piece of that soul for the body. The greater portion of our soul is always in Divinely Presence under the nazar of Allah, means constantly getting its isharats, constantly getting its guidance. Our own reality wants to communicate with us like a satellite. The satellite wants to communicate with the box on earth and begin to send a transmission, but the nafs is blocking and blocking. So it means all these tarbiyah, all these practices is to destroy the blocking, that cloud, so we can begin to receive the transmission. That's why Prophet said, who knows himself will know his Lord, because the self and battling the self will be able to connect with the reality that is always in Divinely Presence. When something's precious, Allah doesn't give it to you to destroy. So you have the best gift in the world, you're not going to give to your 2-year-old kids and say, go out and destroy it if you like. You give them only a sample, a flavour and a taste of it, but the greater reality is always kept in Allah's Divinely Presence. Means with opening and disciplining these 7 lataifs of the face, it begins the opening of the heart and the realities of the heart. We pray that in this holy month Allah dress us from these lights, bless us from these lights, and to take away bad characteristics so that these ears can hear. And that's why the imtihans and the tests of hearing, that these eyes will be closed from the material world and open towards the spiritual realm and the spiritual reality of the soul, so they begin to see what Allah wants them to see from their soul, and breathe from qudratullah, from the power of Allah that is all around everything, from the secret of who is in existence. Means every atom is in manifestation and in a praise of Allah, and its essence is from zikr-hu. When you breathe with that reality, they are able to take from the qudra of everything around, and they bring in that qudra within their breath. They breathe with that energy, with that light, and they exhale all the difficulties and all the contaminations. We pray that Allah open from those realities, bless us from these realities, and open our hearts towards the realities. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon, wassalamun al mursaleen, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa sir Surat al-Fatiha.
Have you started planning for the cost of post-secondary education? We will help you open a plan and access thousands of dollars in government grants. Give your child a head start with a CET plan. Did you know that it may be possible to start an RESP and not contribute any of your own money? Call today and receive 25 air miles reward miles when you book a consultation.
محمد يا حبيبي سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي أنا طالب بركة جنابه من آثار وأحبابه طالب بركة جنابه من آثار وأحبابه يشهدني فعل أصحابه يشهدني فعل أصحابه التمسوا بركة من نبينا سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي حبك بقلبي راسي شرفي وعزي ونبراسي حبك بقلبي راسي شرفي وعزي ونبراسي رافعنا عليك على راسي رافعنا عليك على راسي والله فيه تباهينا يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي وبحجرك يا أبا الزهرة فقهاء وسادة وبررة وبحجرك يا أبا الزهرة فقهاء وسادة وبررة حدكهم طه بتمرة حدكهم طه بتمرة هم خير العارفين يا حبيبي محمد يا حبيبي سيدي يا سيدي محمد يا حبيبي ومن ريقة لقى محمد صلى الله سيدنا ومحمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حقا إلا الله 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 سيدنا مولانا ورشدنا وكريائنا وسيد سلطاننا ومشايخنا ومحمد صلى الله عليه